Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and Elsewhere Millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all can push this truth throughout the four winds. Just coming back again, another lesson. Hope it's edifying. As you can see, the video is entitled Wisdom. It's basically going to brush up on a few scriptures that goes into Sophia, which is wisdom. Okay. Because a lot of people claim to have wisdom, but wisdom is not nothing that you can put upon yourself. Okay. Now it's different types of wisdom. You can get wisdom of the world, but that's foolishness with the Lord. You know, it's just, you can be wise in certain things, but when it comes to the ultimate wisdom, which leads to salvation, and you doing the job that you're supposed to do through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai the way He wants it done, that wisdom can only be passed down from the Father to the Son to His elect men. Okay. This is Proverbs 1:7. It says, the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the beginning of knowledge. So, only His men are going to truly fear Him. How do you fear Him? You keep His commandments, and you pray He's dealing with you, and you line yourself up with what He has lined up for you. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to follow suit. Okay? It says, that's the beginning of knowledge. That's how it starts. It says, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So certain people, when you start dealing with wisdom, and certain things have to be addressed, certain men are going to do things like rebel. Okay. And for example, you can have like someone who comes into the knowledge of knowing that Israel, and it'll be things like getting lineups. It'll be things like eating certain foods. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing though, you can't pick and choose what laws you want to keep. You know what I'm saying? So that's what has to be understood. All right. But it says fools despise wisdom and instructions. So you would be considered a fool if the order was set a certain way and you start rebelling against it. All right. These are instructions that's going to get you salvation. And you have like other men that basically would say that they don't follow a certain camp, you know, and that's not wise. Okay, to not follow a certain camp or no camp at all, that means you're picking up knowledge from multiple sources. Okay, and that's confusion. You know, you can't have the name of this and then you're going to teach that this isn't the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of confusion. You know, this is not a scattered out thing, bro. It's one truth. Okay, it's one truth. So you can't scatter it out to fit what you want it to fit. Okay. This is Proverbs 9, start at 4. It says, whoso is simple, and that's simple. Okay, so simple would be people that has no knowledge of this truth. Okay, you'll go around believing that the name is Jesus. You'll go around believing that He loves everyone and He's white and things of that, or they'll tell you that His skin color doesn't matter. That's being simple. All right. It says, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him. And that's wisdom. That's wisdom basically looking to be your guide. Okay? And we know that's Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. That's looking to be a guide. That's wisdom. She's likened it to a woman. Okay, this is Psalms 19:7. It says, the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is perfect, converting the soul. So how do we turn that law? That makes us perfect. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just the law. That's not going to get us saved. Okay? But it says the law of the Most High, everything that comes with that understanding. Okay? The name, how you handle yourself, your mannerism, all these things is what makes you the man that you are in Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Okay? That's what's going to convert you. Just keeping the laws is not going to convert you. Okay? It says the testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is sure, making wise the simple. So by doing all these things, and the Spirit has to reach out and call you, and it has to be acceptance of you. You know what I'm saying? It has to accept you. You're not just going to accept Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. He has to accept you. He's knocking on your door. Okay? So that's what turns that narrative around. Okay? It says, this is what it says. It says, she saith unto him, 5, come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I have mingled. And that's how wisdom is. Okay? Some people can't handle eating that bread and that wine that is mingled because it's too strong for them. You know what I'm saying? I always like watching that scene in The Matrix. You know, it tells you that certain people aren't ready to be unplugged. Okay? And that's the truth. Even in this truth, everybody can't be unplugged. He had the scene where it was too much for him to accept at one sitting, and the thing happened was he threw up because he just couldn't accept it. Okay? It says, come eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Okay? And this is Matthew 26:26. It says, and as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. Okay, so this is his parable. Okay, this is my body. This word, okay, this word is my body. This is how I basically I'm giving myself to you through my scriptures. Okay? I'm giving myself to you through these scriptures. All right? So I'm the sacrifice. All right? It says, and he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. And we know that's the Israel. Okay, but it's the elect. Okay, that's why I didn't say all. It says many. Okay, so those many that eat that bread and drink of that cup, that's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that they are going to receive. All right? Because that is basically Yahweh Shai, and he's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? That's what the scriptures is. Okay? It's him. His words and the understanding of his words. That's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right? 2 Ezra 13:55. It says, thy life hast thou ordered in wisdom. So as certain men, their life is going to be set in stone. It's going to be set in stone. Okay? In wisdom. And has called understanding thy mother. So these are like parents. They're going to shape you up. This is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to do from Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Okay? They're going to groom you. They're going to mold you. They're going to shape you up into what Yahweh Bashem Yahshua wants you to be. Okay? So it's no way that you're going to do this on your own. So certain men become blasphemous and do things that's not according to Scripture. Okay? You have to watch out for men like that. You can't just follow anybody. All right? It's 2nd Ezra 14 and 39. It says, "Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a cup, a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire." Okay? It was like fire. Precept. It says, this is Jeremiah 23 and 29. "Is not my word like as a fire, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, and like a hammer that breaketh the rocks in pieces?" So that cup, which is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, is so powerful. It's powerful. It's like fire. So that's why this word can't be refuted. That's why when you go, now people don't accept it. They won't accept it, but I tell you what, they can't refute it. Like when what's his name? I forgot his name. It's an Acts. Where he went before the council, and I think it's Acts the 5th chapter. I forget his name. He went before the council, and they couldn't refute none of the words he was saying. I don't want to say it was Peter. No, it wasn't Peter. I know they put him to death. They put him to death. You know what I'm saying? They stoned him or whatever. It's Acts the 5th chapter. I'm going to have to go in and I forgot his name. But the thing was, you can't refute the words. Okay? You can't refute this truth. People trying to argue it, you will stand up looking like a fool. Because they can't, you know what I'm saying, gainsay nor resist. Okay? They can't gainsay nor resist this truth. So the thing is, now it's like, oh, it's nothing you can say against the truth. So now they resort to other tactics. That's what wisdom, knowledge, and understanding does. Okay? That's how it says that breaketh rocks in pieces. So all these things that the world teaches, the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, that message and that strength and that fire of that truth, it comes down on those lies, and it breaks it, because John 3:16 looks like a rock. It looks solid until you read John 3 and 14 and you go to the book of Numbers and you shatter it. Okay? But that's the fire. That's that wisdom. That's that truth. Okay? It says, and I took it and drank. And when I had drunk of it, my heart uttereth understanding. Okay? And wisdom grew in my breast. For my spirit strengthened my memory. And my mouth was open and shut no more. Okay? That's what happens. Okay? This is Baruch. And this is what happens when true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding comes upon you. You remember yourself. You know, this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be eating these foods. That's why it's so easy to turn away from it. You know? It's certain things, like I can say personally, that I used to love to eat. You know what I'm saying? And after the truth, man, it was so easy to put those things away. Like, I'm like, man, I never thought I could do without it. But that's what happens when true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding comes upon you. The Lord puts a spirit on you, and those things just, they vanish. Okay? It's like they never meant anything. This is Baruch 2:30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves." And that's what he said in 40. It says, "For my spirit strengthened my memory." So it's like you come in full circle and you understand. Yeah, it was Stephen. That was the name. Stephen. Okay, yeah. Okay, in Acts 5, it was Stephen I was talking about. Okay, so it says they will remember themselves. And that's what true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, when it comes upon you, all these things start making sense. Okay? And just a small little testimony. When I was 16 years old, man, I was walking to one of my homeboys' house, and I'd say around 50. I would say probably around, about 50 feet, maybe 50 feet, maybe 100 feet up in the sky. Up in the sky, I saw a chariot, and I'm talking about, it was like literally sitting right above their house. I remember, like, it was so vivid. It was so vivid, and I'm just looking at it, and it's like I froze for like, it was like, I said a good 5 seconds, but it felt long. And I just sit there, and it's like, it was no spirit of fear, because being at 16, you'll look at, well, you see alien movies, and you'll fear that it was not a spirit of fear. I'm just looking up, like, and then, like, it was right in front of my homeboy house. I had knocked on the door and nobody answered, so I went and I went off of the steps, off the porch, and I turned around and I just looked up. It's like the spirit had me just look up, and it was just sitting there. And after those 5 seconds, this is like nothing happened. I just turned around and I just walked away, and it's stuck in the back of my mind. So when I heard about this truth, it was like, this was like when I was 16, that was in like 90, I want to say 94. Yeah, it was like 94, 95. So I heard about the truth in late 2008. And one of the first things I saw was related to chariots. And then it just clicked, like, now it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like you remembered. It's like, now it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to rant too long. 42, it says, "The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day." Okay? "And at night they ate bread." So these are men which have visions, and it was the spirit that gave them that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? Not all men can do this. Not all men are going to understand and get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You're a special man if you do, especially if it's of like 100% truth. Okay? Wisdom of Solomon 7. I'm gonna start at 6. It says, "For all men have one entrance into life, and the light going out." So all men came in through their mother's womb, or from their father to their mother's womb. Okay, it says, "Wherefore I prayed." Okay, as a man, I prayed, and understanding was given me. I called upon the Most High, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. So now this spirit of wisdom, as a man, it came to King Solomon, just like everyone else. Okay, like we get it today. Okay, it says, "I preferred her before scepters, like rulership, like to be a ruler, and thrones, and esteemed riches nothing in comparison to her. This is wisdom. This is wisdom. Nothing to be compared to it. Okay? He said, I preferred wisdom over anything. Okay? It says, neither compared I unto her any precious stone, because all gold in respect of her is as a little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her. They don't stand, riches and money doesn't stand a chance to salvation. Because when you get to salvation, guess what's going to be there? Riches. Okay? Wisdom, seeking that out is more important than riches, because if you get the proper guidance on how to do things, riches comes with that. Okay, you shouldn't choose a path that leads you straight to riches. And this is why, like, I have conversations with my son, and we'll talk about like rap music, and I say most of this stuff today is garbage, you know, and I'll tell him why. I'm like, if you go to the 90s, these guys, and this isn't like big up in no rap music or nothing, but it's just a lesson in it. I try to show him. It's like, bro, these guys had to truly grind in the 90s, you know, selling CDs out of their trunks. You know what I'm saying? It meant something. Now you throw a beat together and somebody can say the alphabets, and that's just how it is, you know. But it's the point I always try to get them to understand. It's more value when it's being worked for. Okay? How can you enjoy it if it was no work put in to basically to get it? Okay? But it says 10, I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light, for the light that cometh from her never goeth out. And that's wisdom. Okay, that light forever shines, because it's Yahweh Shai. It's constantly shining. Okay. It says, all good things together came to me with her. Everything was made whole with her, and innumerable riches in her hands. So, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding brings forth riches, because you make the right moves to obtain it. Okay? Simple. It says, and I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them. So everything that you can try to put before wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that will be backwards, because wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, when you put it first, all those things follow. You lead with wisdom. Okay? If he would have said, I choose women, guess what? What do you benefit from that? You got to know how to maneuver with women. What if he would have said riches? Okay, you got riches. You got to know how to maneuver with the riches. Okay, everything else you get, you have to know how to conduct yourself and handle. But that's what wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it does when you put it to the forefront. All right? It says, I knew not that she was the mother of them. So, wisdom and knowledge is ahead of everything. Okay? It says, and then it's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Creator and His Son. So, I mean, what more special, how much more special can it be? It says, I learned diligently and do communicate her liberally. Okay? I do not hide her riches. So, you don't hold back nothing when it comes to the spirit and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding when you're doing what you're doing. The truth needs to be brought forth straight up, uncut, raw. Okay? That's the way you have it. That's the way you deliver it. Okay? But when dealing with wisdom, it has to come from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Otherwise, it's fake. Okay? Hope this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to you brothers pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Till next time, Shalom.